Hey, welcome to Tech Factuala, where you can stay up to date with the latest progress of technologies and gadgets. Realme 7 Pro, the spruced-up version of the Realme 7, was launched earlier as the Realme 7 series debuted to take the reins from the last generation Realme 6 devices. There are many upgrades on the Realme 7 Pro. The Realme 7 Pro is a terrific all-around device that will delight those looking for a budget phone with decent photography and the freedom of fast charging. The 7 Pro's toughest competition ultimately comes from in-house, likely leaving Realme with smiles on their faces either way. Realme 7 Pro is everything that you would expect of Realme. It drags down many pricey features to an affordable price point, has competent performance hardware. Today, I'm going to tell you some reasons why you should buy the Realme 7 Pro. If you want to get updated about top technologies, don't forget to subscribe to Tech Factuala for more content like this in the future. And don't forget to click that bell icon to stay updated of when we post next. Let's begin with should you buy the Realme 7 Pro. Number 1. Fast charging smartphone. Everyone wants a phone with a long battery life. Realme 7 Pro is the only smartphone under RS 20000 that brings the top-class 65W fast charging. This technology has remained exclusive to premium-range smartphones so far. Realme was the first one to introduce with X50 Pro, and now it is also the only one to make it more affordable than it was. The 65W charging is said to top the battery off in about 35 minutes, which is pretty impressive considering the rest of the charging speeds on smartphones only go as high as 30W in this price segment. Number 2. AMOLED display. Another reason that can move you to buy the Realme 7 Pro is its AMOLED display. Outdoor visibility is above average. Thanks to the AMOLED screen type, contrast is pleasantly high. There are deep blacks to savor in the dark mode, and there is an ever-useful always-on mode listed as screen off clock. For under RS 20000, you can have only a handful of devices that come with OLED panels. The majority of them belong to Samsung. Realme 7 Pro also uses one and is better than LCDs that you see on other phones. Number 3. Mirror design and amazing display. Realme has done a fine job with the display. The polycarbonate back is soft to touch and adorns a split gradient pattern that Realme terms mirror design. The gradient is subtle and appealing. There are curves in all the right places that make the phone feel elegant and comfortable to hold and operate. It's also a solid phone with a metal side frame and 3 layers of splash resistance. There is no appreciable camera bump to be aware of. The display on the front is shielded by Gorilla Glass 3 and a pre-installed screen protector. There is a punch-hole selfie camera at the top right, and side bezels are reasonably narrow. The Realme 7 has a 90Hz screen, but the panel on the 7 Pro is better and gives users an option to switch to a relatively color-accurate sRGB profile, which is called Gentle. There is also a smooth scrolling option under Realme Lab that makes scrolling feel smoother, making up to an extent for the lack of high refresh rate. The brilliant and vivid profiles that target wider color gamuts have bluish whites, but other colors feel more vibrant. Between the eye comfort mode, color temperature toggle, and 3 preset color profiles, most users should be able to narrow down on a setting that suits their taste. Number 4. Volume rocker and power button. The volume rocker and power button, with the signature yellow accent, are within easy reach and offer good tactile feedback. It's just that the volume down and power key are positioned exactly opposite to each other, leading to many accidental screenshots. The Realme 7 Pro has stereo speakers and isn't skimping on essentials like the audio jack and dedicated card slot. All ports and cutouts at the bottom are symmetrically aligned. As for audio, the handset has 2 speakers that together can get substantially loud. This counts as a bonus for people like me who often consume media without headphones. Audio quality, however, leaves a lot to be desired, and you'll be better off with your headphones while listening to music. Number 5. Solid performance and software. Realme used to have class-leading chipsets and has earlier offered the Snapdragon 720G in way cheaper phones. It's also backed by the ample LPDDR4X RAM and UFS 2.1 storage, and the performance on the Realme 7 Pro is solid. It has 8GB of RAM and 128GB storage variant. Day-to-day usage is smooth, and the high-end games that you can try to run smoothly. The Realme UI software felt more stable this time around. Realme is also using more Google Apps and Google Feed on the pane left to the home screen. It's not a light skin, but it's in line with the global taste that is highly customizable. Since Realme is using Google Dialer, call recording will work with a prompt that plays on both ends. This is just something you need to be aware of before you make your buying decision. Realme 7 Pro has dual-band Wi-Fi, dual-SIM VO Lite, and Wi-Fi calling support. You will not face any issues with call quality in your area. Number 6. Best camera performance. Let's start with the camera specs. There are 4 cameras on the rear with 64MP Sony IMX6A2 in the lead. The primary snapper is assisted by an 8MP wide-angle camera and a basic 2MP black and white portrait camera and a 2MP macro camera. There's also a 32MP selfie camera on the front, which just as the primary sensor bends 4 pixels to 1 and churns out 8MP images. The primary camera does a great job in proper daylight. Colors are close to natural, dynamic range is wide, and they are more than adequate. The shutter isn't particularly snappy, and at times the camera struggles to lock focus. But you'll still be able to take great shots in perfect lighting with steady subjects. There is also a night mode that works well. The portrait mode can detect subject edges well, but for the substantial blur, you will have to push the bokeh toggle close to 100%. The macro camera lets you get close to subjects, but once again the details are murky. You'd be better off sticking to the primary camera for close-ups. I have found cameras on Realme smartphones to be quite capable and often good. After having used the Realme 7 Pro for photography briefly, I can say that you will be happy to invest in this phone. The cameras bring out good and well-detailed photos with natural colors. The night mode now has 3 filters that you will like over the boring night mode shots. These were reasons why you should buy the Realme 7 Pro. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can join the Tech Factuala squad and be a part of our channel. Thanks for watching.